And when you speak about dealing with what you personally, you were the third Australian athlete to come out as gay.
Right.
Is that right?
Maybe. Well, I didn't have the.
Or
Well, I
maybe
didn't
male?
understand,
Male.
or I didn't have the courage to come out
Yeah.
while I was competing. Not that I kind of knew, which is this is always kind of weird to articulate, but that journey of trying to figure out who I was didn't happen until post retirement. There's that word.
Which was 2002.
Two, yeah. And so that journey
How
was
old were you then? 27?
27. Yeah. So that journey in itself was an interesting one.
Yeah.
But then on reflection, I feel like after I did come out, it sort of released this, I know, this subconscious where you're like, oh yeah, that all makes sense. This makes sense. And it all sort of, to me, it underpinned a lot of what I went through, but
Yeah.
not really wanting to accept what I was going through.
I assume now, obviously, being able to share your story and some of the struggles that you had with it. I have a gay brother-in-law, so his story is different to yours and the way that you'd manage and deal with it. But it is a big moment when you tell family and friends, and it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because it's just you. What was that like from a lifting a weight and feeling like you could finally be Dan Kowalski?
Two different scenarios. One, I told my family and close friends, and that was it. That's all I planned on ever doing. I didn't feel it was anyone else's business. And also I was scared. I was absolutely petrified, because I didn't really know of any gay athletes, male athletes in particular, so I didn't necessarily have any role models or people I felt like I could talk to. So I was like, okay, I've told the people that I need to tell, and I'll just live my life, hopefully without judgment. And it wasn't till nearly 5 years later that I was kind of forced to come out publicly, which I didn't want to do.
You were threatened by a journalist that they were going to kind of lay it out there. They'd heard.
The trashy tabloid magazines were.
Is there a pain attached with that because you didn't get to choose when you shared it with the world? You were kind of forced to do it. And is there a part of you that goes, that's actually really unfair because it's my story to tell, not someone else's?
Spot on. Absolutely. Like, exactly. That's it. I wanted to be able to control the narrative of my own journey and my experience. So to be threatened with the fact that someone was going to take that away from me was the only reason why I chose to come out publicly. And yeah, I'm glad I did because it was important for a number of reasons, but more so for me than anything.
Does it surprise you, given AFL background, that there hasn't been a male, or does it not surprise you?
This is a really difficult one. Yes, it does surprise me, but I totally get it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's any group of athletes or sport in this country under the microscope more than you guys. And considering how, despite how more accepting we are of people from different walks of life and backgrounds, there's more of a platform for people to be like horrible and mean and nasty keyboard warriors. So I'm not surprised that someone hasn't.